going down, fuck the world, I'm a thug. Tell them can't nothing stop me but a slug. But I'm fucking these motherfuckers loving to be a soldier. Must maintain composure at ease, don't like the stomping.
Now here's an interesting one. We were talking about Nate Diaz. Dan from Oregon says, pay the Diaz brothers to come back. MMA is lost without them. First of all, I don't think Nick's ever going to come back. Okay. But
listen.
Look, real quick, if Dana White if it's true what Dana White said, which 90% of the time is bullshit, but he's like, we've been offering Nate Diaz fights left and right. You ain't getting that either. Unfortunately, he's been turning fights down.
I was going to say, I love the Diaz brothers, but Christ almighty, I think they're probably getting the bag offered. I don't know how much money they want, but surely WME is not cheap. They know they generate. I don't know what the Diaz's brother. They were going to give Nate a fucking title shot against Tyron Woodley that I almost deserve more. And somehow or another, they still couldn't get the deal done. What the fuck, Nate?
Dude, I don't. Who knows? Honestly, honestly, okay. Speaking of fuck you money, okay, because Conor got 100 million. Nate doesn't have fuck you money, but he's got millions. He earned quite a fucking bit of money. Maybe not to the level of Conor McGregor is, but maybe he's like, I could chill now. I could actually have a personal life. I can just chill the fuck out, do my thing.
One of the things that I think the reason that people like the Diaz brothers so much is they're real, and a lot of people claim that shit. They're so real, they're stupid. Nate and Nick don't need millions. They'll set up in Stockton, smoke weed, sell weed, and run triathlons till they die and won't give two shits about nothing. The Diaz brothers are a different breed for real. Look at them. They're for real, not fighting. They offered Nate a title shot and apparently told him to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, and again, this is all coming from like outside sources. Not like Nate's coming out saying this shit. You know, but Keith, Dana White just did a whole like hour-long fucking scrum where he was talking about that. I mean, do you buy that they actually? I mean, look, first of all, just to clear it up, every UFC fighter that has a contract has to be offered a fight every 6 months, I believe, because they have to have him fight 3 times a year, right? And that's been known for a while. But do you buy that Dana White's been he's turned on every single fight we offered him? You buy that, or do you think he's just saying that to make the UFC look better?
Yeah. I got to address something with Nick. This is just a side rant. Anybody who's ever heard me on a podcast and the Diaz brothers get brought up, can we stop talking about Nick Diaz? Nick Diaz is one of the most irrelevant fighters ever. His most impressive win was probably Takanori Gomi, where he had a huge size advantage against. He has not beat a guy in his prime ever. Not an A-level fighter in their prime ever. I mean, his most impressive performances are probably losses to Caro Parisian and Diego Sanchez like 12 years ago, something like that.
Well, Keith, Paul Daly was a thing. Let's just
that was a sick fight.
Hold on. Paul Daly is an A-level fighter. An A-level fighter.
A long time ago. What?
Paul Daly was an A-level fighter?
A while ago. He was not going to do that. Well, in Strike Force, he was not going to.
I guess we probably have a different. I mean, it's a very vague term because it's obviously
right.
B plus.
When I say A-level fighters, I think of George St. Pierre, Michael Bisping, Jose Aldo, things like that.
All right, that's what we're going for. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
I mean, I would even put him in B. I'd probably put him in C. But anyways, I regress. But to Nate's situation, I really do think he's turning him down, and I'll tell you why I think he'd be turning him down. The big payday is Conor McGregor, obviously. And he's lined up to get that third fight. He's got one win. He's got one loss. He's got to set up that third fight. But if he loses fights before Conor comes back, he's going to stop pushing himself back in line. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's going to let Ferguson skip him and Khabib and other guys if he starts going on a losing streak. Even if he's going up, because as much as we say, hey, well, he went up and he fought Tyron Woodley, we know that because obviously we're on podcasts and anybody who listens to this are hardcore fans. If you listen to a MMA podcast, you're a hardcore fan. But to my friend who comes up to the bar with me and he watches 3 UFCs a year, he doesn't know that Tyron Woodley's a weight class above, and he doesn't care that Tyron Woodley's a weight class above. So, I mean, I don't know what the money numbers were that they were offering Nick, but it's probably what most top guys get, about $500,000. You know, if he got a chance to get $2 million, $3 million, $4 million, $5 million to fight Conor, why would you take a chance to lose that opportunity when Conor probably only going to fight 1 or 2 more times anyways? Why would you take a chance of losing a $3 million payday to get $500,000, you know, in a fight that you're probably not going to win anyways?
Anyway, that's it's a good point.
Damn, Keith, I'll be a son of a bitch.
What?
Like a fucking lawyer, Jack.
Yeah.
I kind of see your point now.
Yeah, I see his point. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I also see Keith's point, but Keith also mentioned something earlier, and I'm gonna bring it up right up against you, Keith. You yourself said that if you get away from the sport long enough, you become irrelevant. And that's the danger that Nate Diaz is facing right now. He has to fight. Even if it's a gimme fight for $20, something that we know he's going to win. It doesn't matter. We need to see him again fight. Because if he stays out till middle of next year and Conor has already fought, I think at that point, I don't think it's going to be relative. Even it's not even going to make sense to make that fight for Conor's, quote unquote, maybe last fight or whatever. I think they're going to want to blow it out big and make something big for Conor. And I think Nate's going to lose out on that sweepstakes.
Yeah, look, it's possible.
Well, Nate Diaz has a net worth of $2 million, so he doesn't really need it. And unlike Conor, I don't think he's, he bought a pony. I don't think he, has his own private jet, stuff like that. I don't think he's dropping $100,000, at the blackjack table, stuff like that. But no, I know. I mean, that's definitely a good point with Jesse being irrelevant. But some reason the Diaz brothers, I don't know what it is. They like this fairy tale that casual fans, and even hardcore fans, they always like. They're so much more accomplished in fans' eyes than they actually have accomplished in MMA, especially Nick. But I'm not going to get into that again. But I get what you're saying. But to my point is this is his lottery ticket, and do you lose the opportunity? Now, obviously, Jesse makes a good point. If he fights Tyron Woodley and actually pulls off the upset, then forget it. Now there's not even a debate anymore. He skips Tony Ferguson. He skips Khabib. Obviously, you could fight. You could fight. McGregor at 170 for the belt. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could have. It'd be an even bigger trilogy because you got champion versus champion. To me, I really would be surprised if Nate came back for any other fight other than Conor or maybe a George St. Pierre fight.
I'd have to agree with that. I don't think he comes back for anything but one of those two. But I think the Conor fight's the only one he wants.